After uploading the video about reviewing a Scuf controller's characteristics and how important they are for Rocket League, I wanted to create a video on how I set up my Scuf controller and how I avoided defective functioning of my controller. Welcome to this video, my dudes. Let's start with the physical changes on my controller right after I received it. I instantly switched to the extended trigger covers because they make me feel more comfortable while playing Rocket League, and to be honest, the controller looks better when it just lies there with these extended trigger covers. You don't have to switch to these trigger covers to play better, but you should at least try to play with and without these trigger covers so you can find the perfect solution for your preferences. Basically, that was the only physical change, but there is something that comes over and over. It is replacing the sticks. After hundreds of hours of playing, you might want to change the sticks on your controller, because they begin to deform and they lose grip. Due to the fact that they only deform heavily on one side, I just rotated them 180 degrees or switched the left with the right stick, because the left stick is used more intense due to its functioning for steering in Rocket League. Thanks to this trick, you can still use your sticks after they're worn out on one side. Now let's get to the in-game changes and controls. The most important thing for me is to use two pedals of my Scuf to be able to air roll to both sides so I can half flip in two directions. This is useful if you're in a corner and you want to perform a half flip. Then you can perform the half flip towards the wall and easily land on the ramp or the wall itself. It's also useful to do stalls, tornado spins and tornado flicks, all mechanics that are useful in very high ranks. In order to have 3 buttons for the air rolls, you have to relocate the boost button to R1 and the general air roll and power slide button to L1. Note that I use both of my index and middle fingers for the upper buttons. Although I have 4 pedals on my Scuf Impact, I can only use 2 because of that. I switched the scoreboard and reset ball button to circle. After that you should have 1 button that is unassigned and it should be square, but in my case it's triangle because I switched these 2 buttons. You don't have to switch them, I tell you later why I did that. You also have to sacrifice 1 quick chat button for an air roll direction. The other air roll direction would then be the square button, again in my case the triangle button. I switched air roll right to D-pad right and air roll left to triangle. The only step left is remapping your controller so your 2 air rolls are on the outer 2 pedals. Air roll left on the left pedal and air roll right on the right pedal to make it easier. You can only do that if your Scuf is equipped with EMR. It is if you received a little magnet with your Scuf order. While your controller is on, place the EMR magnet key on the back of the controller so the magnet symbol latches onto the controller. Press and hold the pedal that you wish to remap a function, then press and hold the function that you would like to map to a pedal, release the function and then release the pedal, repeat that for the other pedal and you're good to go. Then there are all the sensitivities that you don't necessarily have to take over. This is personal preference and you should play around with these, but if you're too lazy you can stop the video and copy my settings. If you have a Scuf with a trigger control system you can change a lot there, but I left it on standard for now. I had to change the hardness of one of my triggers due to a malfunction on my older controller. Over time my triangle button stopped working properly and I switched the focus on ball function to square. That's why my air roll left is on triangle and I didn't switch back on my new controller because of my muscle memory. Then I had a problem with my left stick. Sometimes it automatically steered in one direction although I didn't even touch it. That was really annoying while air dribbling and it messed up my landings a lot. These are the problems I've had with my 2-year-old Scuf and they are the reason why I bought a new one. I hope you enjoyed this video about my settings on a Scuf controller. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. See you in the next one, peace out.